Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today is August 1st, 2022, and I want to take a look at a couple things that I've seen here that I want to share with you. I want to talk about the position of the sun and the Lion's Gate. The month of Leo goes from July 23rd through August 22nd. But as you can see, this screenshot is from July 28th, and the sun is clearly still in the constellation of Cancer. So there has been a shift. It's been a very slow shift. It's over many, many years, many, many centuries. And but the sun is not in the constellation of Leo yet. Okay. Now, if we go forward here from this is the new moon. Okay, this is just coming across the sun. The moon is just coming across the sun. If we go to the 29th, between the 29th and the 30th is basically the first day of Av. Okay, so we're entering into the month of Av, the fifth month on the Hebrew calendar. And if we go forward to the new moon of Elul, 30 days, let's go forward. Okay, we're going to see when, we're going to see two things. We're going to see when Elul begins, where is the sun when Elul begins, and where, at what position does the sun enter into Leo. So let's go forward here. July 31st, August 1st, August 4th, August 8th. Now, August 8th is supposedly the day of the Lion Gate portal but the sun, see the Lion's Gate is when the sun is clearly in the constellation of Leo. So that is off. That is not there yet. Okay. And so let's continue. So basically the sun isn't coming into the constellation of Leo until around August 15th or so. Okay, August 14th, 13th, 14th, 15th. And here is, we're coming up on the new moon of the sixth month, Elul, on August 27th. Okay. Now, Elul is the month of Leo. And we're going to see now, if we go forward 1 month, we're going to see the conjunction of the sun clothing Virgo, the moon at Virgo's feet on the Feast of Trumpets, September 26th and September 27th of 2022. This is going to be the Feast of Trumpets, and we have the perfect alignment of the sun, Virgo being clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet. So as we see the sun and the moon on the first day of Elul in the constellation of Leo, if we go forward 1 month to 9/27, we're going to see the sun clothing Virgo, the moon at her feet, and this is the sign of the Feast of Trumpets in the 27th day of September. So as far as the calendar being off, I do not think the calendar is off. I think we are at the right calendar. It's just that where we are today is that the sun has not even reached the constellation of Leo yet. It's still in the constellation of Cancer. So I want to show you something that I found. Now I could do this in Stellarium, but it would just take me longer to get everything set up again. So I'm just going to show you screenshots here of August 4th, 70 AD. Now, for those of you who don't know, let me show you this. Okay, if you go to the Siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, first of all, the Siege of Jerusalem did not happen in one day. That's an important thing. You know, we've got so many things that are happening day in and day out, and it's all leading up to something, right? It's all leading up to something. Uh, these are baby steps that are happening, and little by little, the stage is being set. But the actual destruction of the temple, the setting fire of the temple, was on the 4th of August. Okay. Tisha B'Av in 70 AD was August 4th. The 9th of Av was August 4th. Okay. So I want to show you where the sun was on August 4th of 70 AD. Okay, this is 70 AD, August 4th. This is the day. This is where the sun was when the temple was destroyed. It was in this constellation of Leo. Okay, the sun was in the constellation of Leo. Now, 1952 years later, on August 4th, 2022, the sun is in the constellation of Cancer. And this is basically, on August 4th is basically the 9th of Av. It's just 2 days more. 2 days more. So right here, the sun is going to move just a little bit, but it's not going to be in Leo on Tisha B'Av like it was in 70 AD. Okay, so there's been a shift with the sun, and now what I have seen now, and I'm pointing at something possibly happening on September 7th. I don't know if you know what that day is yet. I don't know why we're watching September 7th. As far as the Jewish calendar, it turns out to be like Elul 11 from the new moon of Elul on August 27th to September 7th is Elul 10, Elul 11. Okay, and I don't see any significant reason to be watching that day just on the Hebrew calendar. But what we're watching is Obama is going to be back at the White House on this day. And beyond it being 7,666 days from 9/11 of 2001, someone else sent me this information that from the day of the pandemic beginning on March 11th, 2020 to September 7th, 2022, it's 911 days. So that was also an interesting detail beyond all of the other information I've already shared with you. Now we see the sun in the middle portion of Leo on August 4th, 70 AD. By September 7th, 2022, the sun is clearly still in Leo, but it's gone past this middle section. So let's look at this time frame, when this time frame begins, when it's in the middle of Leo. Here is September 7th, 2022, and the sun is in the middle portion of Leo. Basically around the 28th of August to the 7th of September, 8, 9, 10 days before the sun is in the same location where it was when the temple was destroyed in 70 AD. Now this is kind of interesting to me, this 828. this is the day. Okay, let's look at this. 8/28 is the day that Obama received his nomination in Denver at the altar of Zeus below the white horse of the apocalypse at the Denver Broncos Stadium. So if we go back, okay, we're going to keep this here at 8/28, and let's go back to 2008. Okay, 2008. See, it's right in the same position. But in 2008, Saturn was there. See, go forward here just by years. It's right here, the same location exactly, okay? Very little movement from year to year. To see the difference in years, you'd have to go forward hundreds of years to see the shift. Hundreds and many hundreds to see the shift. Little by little, how the age has changed, the age, like the age of Aquarius, the age of Pisces, and stuff like that. That has to do with the shifting of the sun over, many centuries. Very slow shift. Okay, well, anyway, let's compare August 28th, 2022 to 70 AD. Okay, the day that the temple was destroyed in 70 AD, the sun is in the same exact location as Obama's nomination speech in Denver, Colorado. So 8/28 between 8/28 and September 7th, we have this time frame in the constellation of Leo. So I just wanted to bring forth this information here. And I know that there's a lot of reasons why we would want to look at the month of August. And based on the calendar, Av would seem to fit most. But if we have any type of connection with the location of the sun and maybe a Lionsgate portal that could be happening, so the sun is not even in the constellation of Leo yet. Okay, so this is what we need to consider, and I just wanted to share some of these things for your consideration. And as we're looking day to day, everything is obviously being ramped up right now with Nancy Pelosi going stubbornly to Taiwan, even though there's a nuclear war, World War III threat from China. If she goes to Taiwan, that doesn't seem to matter. And no one knows the day or the hour that this whole thing is going to explode, but it seems like the threats that are happening each and every day are showing us that it is going to explode very, very soon. Okay, so we're watching, right now it's already August. We're already out of July, moving into August. And, I'm not saying these days that are coming up between August 4th and August 7th are not significant, but I'm seeing beyond that to September 7th. And if we want to look at the conjunction of the sun in Leo, based on the destruction of the temple in 70 AD, in the middle portion of Leo, that would start about August 28th, going through September 7th. So just some things to consider. I pray you guys are all blessed. Have a wonderful afternoon. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People, the sign of his coming revealed.